Groovy English Podcast.
Hey there! Welcome back to Groovy English. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. We share real stories, useful tips, and everyday English to help you grow with confidence.
Wherever you are in your English learning journey, we're glad you're here.
If you're enjoying the podcast, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with a friend.
Let's get started.
Hey there, lovely people. Welcome back to Groovy English, the podcast that keeps it real, simple, and fun for English learners around the world. I'm Olivia, your host, your study buddy, and your biggest cheerleader. Today's topic is from grammar books to real conversations, and trust me, if you've ever felt stuck in the world of textbooks, worksheets, and memorized rules, this one's for you. So grab your coffee, put on your comfy socks, and let's talk about that big, sometimes scary, but totally exciting jump from studying English to actually speaking it in the real world. Let me start with a confession. I love grammar. I really do. I love color-coded notebooks, I love learning the names of tenses, and I used to get way too excited about sentence diagrams. But here's the thing, I also spent years stuck in that phase. I was great at filling in blanks. I could conjugate verbs in my sleep. But when someone actually tried to talk to me in English, boom, total brain freeze. Does that sound familiar? If you're nodding along right now, first of all, you're not alone. A lot of us start our English journey through grammar books. Why? Because they feel safe. They give us rules. They give us structure. And in the beginning, that's really helpful. It gives you confidence. It gives you a foundation. But at some point, that foundation has to support something. And that something is real conversation. So, why do we stay stuck in grammar mode? There are a few reasons. First, fear of making mistakes. Grammar books are black and white, right or wrong. But conversations? They're messy. They're fast. They're unpredictable. And that scares us. Second, we feel like we're not ready. We tell ourselves, I'll start speaking after I finish this textbook. I'll join a conversation group when I know all the tenses. Spoiler alert, that moment never comes. And third, we often learn English in environments that focus more on accuracy than fluency. We get rewarded for writing the correct answer, not for trying to express our messy, wonderful thoughts in real time. But here's the truth. You don't need perfect grammar to have a great conversation. You just need courage, a few tools, and the willingness to sound imperfect. Let me take you back to the first time I had a full conversation in English. I was visiting London. I had studied English for years. I was feeling kind of proud. And then I walked into a coffee shop. The barista smiled at me and said, "Hey there, what can I get started for you?" And I froze. I knew what she meant. But I was expecting, "What do you want?" or "Can I help you?" Not, "What can I get started for you?" It sounded so casual. So real. I panicked. I forgot the word for a latte. I said milk coffee. She smiled and said, "Got it." And guess what? It was fine. That moment taught me something I'll never forget. Real English isn't perfect. It's human. It's full of slang, shortcuts, and strange little phrases. And if we want to join the conversation, We have to step outside the textbook. So how do you move from grammar mode to conversation mode? It starts with a mindset shift. Think of grammar as your toolbox. It's there to help you build, not to stop you from starting. You don't need every tool before you can start speaking. You just need the right ones for the job. You don't need to say, I had been considering attending the seminar, but unfortunately, I was preoccupied with other obligations. You can say, I wanted to go, but I was busy. Simple, clear, real. The goal of language is not to impress. It's to connect. Okay, so let's talk practical. How can you gently shift into real conversations? 1. Start with listening. Listen to podcasts, movies, and YouTubers who speak naturally but clearly. Not everything needs to be fast and slang-filled. Look for speakers with rhythm and tone that feel friendly. 2. Shadow speaking. Find short clips and repeat them out loud. Mimic the tone, the rhythm, the intonation. This builds muscle memory. It helps your brain and mouth work together. 3. Use simple language. Complex grammar doesn't mean advanced fluency. Try expressing big ideas in simple words. That's true fluency. 4. Join low-pressure conversations. Language exchanges. Online forums. Speaking apps. Look for friendly spaces where making mistakes is normal. You're not being tested. You're just practicing being you in English. Now, let's be honest. Grammar isn't the enemy, but sometimes it becomes a crutch. I've worked with students who know 10 verb tenses, but can't ask for directions. Why? Because they're afraid to speak unless they can perform English perfectly. Here's what I tell them. You learned your first language by trying, by pointing, by listening, by repeating, by messing up. That's how you'll learn your second one too. So stop hiding behind grammar. Use it as your support, not your wall. Now let's talk about mistakes. The big fear. The thing we all try to avoid. But here's the wild truth. Mistakes are how your brain learns best. That little jolt of oops, that was wrong is a signal to your brain. Hey, pay attention. This matters. Every time you make a mistake and keep going, you're building real fluency. Every awkward pause, every wrong word, every ugh, I can't believe I said that is a tiny badge of bravery. So the next time you mess up, smile. You just got better. And then there's pronunciation. I used to worry so much about sounding like a native speaker. I'd practice individual sounds in front of the mirror, watching how my mouth moved. But the moment I stopped obsessing over sounding perfect and started focusing on being understood, my confidence soared. Real conversations helped me fine-tune my pronunciation in a more natural, relaxed way. Another big shift for me was learning to listen. In grammar books, everything is neat and clear. In real life, people mumble, use slang, interrupt, speak fast, or trail off mid-sentence. At first, it was overwhelming. But over time, I stopped trying to translate every word in my head. I learned to catch the rhythm and intent of a sentence, even if I missed a few words. That made a huge difference. I also noticed how much body language and facial expressions help with understanding. When I spoke to people face to face, I could pick up on cues that grammar books never mention. A raised eyebrow, a shrug, a certain look. These helped me understand meaning and tone. It reminded me that communication is about so much more than words. One of the turning points was when I made a friend who didn't speak my native language. We had no choice but to speak English. That's when everything I had studied started to come alive. Suddenly, grammar rules had a purpose. Vocabulary became emotional. It wasn't about passing a test, it was about connecting. And let me be honest, I made a lot of mistakes. So many. I once said, "I'm boring" instead of "I'm bored," and someone gave me a really funny look. But guess what? We both laughed. And that laughter taught me something more valuable than any textbook could. Mistakes are not the enemy. They're the doorway to better communication. The best thing about moving from grammar to conversations is how dynamic it feels. Every chat is different. Every person has a unique way of speaking. And the more I talk to different people, the more I realize I don't need to speak perfect English. I just need to be present, honest, and curious. Even small conversations, ordering coffee, asking for directions, chatting with a coworker, started to feel exciting. I started to look forward to them. And slowly, without noticing it, I became someone who lives in English, not just someone who studies it. And now, looking back, I see grammar as my foundation. It's still important, but it's no longer the whole house. The real beauty of English is in the conversations, the laughter, the stories, the misunderstandings, the friendships. It's in living the language. So if you're stuck in the grammar stage, I get it. I've been there. But I encourage you, start small. Say hello to someone. Ask how they're doing. Join an online community. Watch a TV show and try to repeat what you hear. Step by step, you'll get there. And when you do, English will become more than a subject, it will become a part of you. The shift from grammar books to real conversations didn't happen overnight. But it was worth every awkward pause, every nervous and every mispronounced word. Because now I can feel English. And that's the best kind of learning there is. Here's the best part about moving into real conversations. They are fun. They're alive. They surprise you. They help you make friends. You learn phrases you'd never find in a grammar book. You laugh. You connect. You grow. I remember talking to someone from Australia once. They said, "No worries, mate." I had no idea what that meant. But after that conversation, I started saying it too. And it made me feel included, like I belonged. That's the magic of real conversations. They don't just teach you language. They teach you culture, humor, empathy. Before we wrap up, here are a few final tips from someone who's been on both sides of this journey. Don't wait until you're ready. Start now. Speak now. You're already ready enough. Use grammar to support you, not to silence you. Talk to yourself in English, yes, out loud. Describe what you're doing. React to things. Narrate your day. Celebrate progress, not perfection. And most importantly, have fun. Language isn't just a subject. It's a superpower. So, that's it for today's episode. From grammar books to real conversations, it's a journey, and you're already on it. Remember, you don't have to choose one or the other. Grammar gives you structure. Conversation gives you soul. You need both. But don't get stuck in the first part. You're not just learning English. You're learning how to live in English. To feel things, express things, connect with people. So go ahead. Close the book for a moment. Open your mouth. And start speaking. Because that's when English really comes alive. Until next time, I'm Olivia. Thanks for listening to Groovy English. Keep learning, keep growing, and most of all, keep talking.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.